gotta cover the pitted tube. Okay, now we're good. So we are doing a road trip today. I've got to drive something like 5 to 7 hours, still kind of undetermined, but there's a bit of a catch. And that catch is that we are doing the entire road trip in this. Honestly, look how I'm gonna have to crouch down for this. This is Japan's cheapest car. I think it's about 850,000 yen, which would usually be around 8 grand, but with the current exchange rate, it's closer to $5,000 for this little thing. It's called the Daihatsu Sumida, and it's so basic that it doesn't even have automatic locks. Everything has to be done with a key. I guess let the adventure begin. Sounds okay. So I'm actually borrowing this car. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks to get between my house and the airfield for my training. But this is definitely going to be the furthest drive that I've done so far. That reminds me, we're going to be taking back roads today, no highways, for 3 main reasons. Number 1, the back roads will give you a better view and we get to experience more of the area of Kyushu. Number 2, I'm not entirely confident that this car could survive an extended drive on a highway, like 5 to 8 hours. And number 3, we're not in a rush at all. My meeting is tomorrow at 9 a.m. so we have plenty of time to relax and enjoy driving through the mountains and experiencing Kyushu. This is a good little car though. I'm gonna give it some love. It's not my first time driving a Kei car. Like if you've been with the channel for a while, you'll know that I rented a Kei camper van last year and did a whole adventure. But this one, even in the world of Kei cars, this is like, it's like the Kei car of Kei cars. This thing only has about 50 horsepower, 50. I'm pretty sure I have more than 50 horsepower. You know what? I actually think that I recognize this area from my training today. I definitely flew over this. Oh, super narrow bridge. Speaking of today's flight training is going really well, by the way. I am loving every single day of this. Today was kind of the first bad day. It wasn't even a bad day. It's just, we got up, we started our training, and then the cloud ceiling descended upon us and created this cloud mountain us sandwich. And when that happens, the flight instructor needs to take over and take us back because you cannot see out the front window. That being said, I am truly and genuinely loving every single day of flight school so far. Honestly, more than anything, I just feel insanely grateful for the opportunity. Anyway, that is all I'm gonna say on flight school for now. I am still working on videos for the new It's Up in the Air channel. If you're subscribed, then you won't miss those. And suddenly the fog up here in the mountains has gotten so thick that I can barely see in front of myself. It serves me right. It serves me right for trying to do a road trip right before the rainy season hits here in Japan. But still, this is why I love driving the mountain roads. At this point, I'm about an hour into the drive. It's been mostly mountains the entire time, and I'm starting to get just a little peckish. I'm gonna try and see, once we get out of the mountains, if I can't find a place to stop and at least grab some food. Driving through a little bit of, I always say we, it's us, obviously it's just us. We're driving through a little bit of a town now. I'm hoping that this means I'll be able to find food. I'm kind of in the mood for some ramen. Maybe it's just me, but different towns give different feelings, and this little town, village, whatever it is, it feels like it would have ramen. So that is what I'm in the mood for, because that's what it feels like this, whatever you want to call it, is all about. So I have my eyes open for ramen. Is that a ramen stand? It's an udon. I see ramen. I see ramen. That sign there says that this is their holiday, their day off. This is the day that this ramen shop is closed. I'm this close to ramen. I'm right there. Okay, so I see a sign for ramen up there. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's actually open and not an abandoned shop, because there have been a large number of abandoned shops as well. Oh my, you've got to be kidding me. You have absolutely got to be, okay. It's another holiday. Oh, did we find one? Is it open? It's open! Alright, I got those there. I'm just so full. I most certainly ordered way more than I needed. Eyes definitely bigger than my stomach today. And I hit my arm. And from now oh, it's going so well. It's going so beautifully. We're doing great. The goal is to make as much progress, make as much ground, make up as much ground as possible before it gets dark, because I've kind of taken the scenic route. I've been on the road for well over 3 hours and I've really only made about an hour of progress. So I need to stop enjoying the sights and learning the area. Let's get back on the road and see how much progress we can make before I get too tired today. To stretch out a bit. We are about halfway there, which feels hugely positive. I've stopped at a hotel for the night. One of the other benefits to the car being super tiny is that you can put it in the compact car spot.
Let the little cars go in the compact spot! A
few days ago I visited my buddy Mitch, who lives down the road in Kagoshima, and when he saw the car, he was so excited. He was like, how are you driving this car?
So I've never seen a car this bad before, and so I mean, it doesn't even have like hubcaps or tire coverings of any kind, and I'm pretty sure that I weigh more than this car. Like, if this car hit me at full speed, I would win. Norm, compared to what you usually drive around the country, your big, what are they called, camping cars and stuff like that, kind of downgrade. Student life.
We got our boating license together here in Japan last fall and spent something like a week driving through the mountains in this giant camper van. So it seems like he got a big kick out of me driving this tiny little Kei car. This building looks super tiny from outside. How is it this big? What? Okay. Not too bad. So I got to sleep around 1, woke up at 5, that's 4 hours. I'm awake, my face isn't, but I am. I don't count that as a full night's sleep, by the way, and pro tip for nights when you can't get a full night's sleep, go to bed with the mentality of this being a nap. Trust me, it makes it a lot easier to wake up in the morning and actually then take a nap or two throughout the day. One of the reasons I'm leaving so early is so that if I hit morning traffic, I can just stop somewhere and take a 30-40 minute nap, but at least this way I get ahead of the traffic. See, waking up early in the morning does have its benefits. You pretty much get the roads entirely to yourself. You get the odd car here and then, and because this car doesn't have a ton of power, when I do get one of those cars, more often than not, they get really impatient and whip right past me. I'm doing my best, all right? This little car, she's doing her best, but it's not even about the speed, really. It's about how thin these doors. It's a Kei car. You don't want to go fast in a Kei car. Safety, safety is a thing, which again is why we're on the back roads. So I'm going up a really steep hill right now, and these Kei cars are basically 4-seaters. You're legally not allowed to put more than 4 people in the car. And years ago, I'd used this exact same car, and we had 4 people in it, and we were trying to go up a rather steep hill, and the engine just couldn't handle it. We rolled to a very slow stop. We managed to just make it, but we thought like people were gonna have to get out and walk up the rest of the hill. While I was stopping to get some aerial shots, this really nice older gentleman came up and he's like, what drone do you have there? He's like, I've got the 2, I really want the 3. And I was like, wait, you fly drones? And he's like, yep, 86. He's 86 years old and he flies drones and drives out to the river to walk his dog every morning. And that is just the most amazing thing in the world to me. 86 years old, and he's standing there going, I really want the Mavic 3. It's these little tiny moments that really make the road trip. If I decide any downside so far, it would be the distinct lack of convenience stores. Realistically, you don't really expect convenience stores in the mountains of the countries. They do exist. It's not like there's zero. I don't really mind, it's just I wouldn't complain about having a coffee. I've been driving through like a little town for the last 5 minutes, and you would think that if I had any chance of finding a convenience store and some coffee, this would be it, but I'm still not seeing it. Actually, you know what? I think there's a Lawson behind me. I'm gonna turn around. Gotta lock the door. I do this and lock it. It's got a feature that stops you from locking your keys in the car, so you literally need to get out and lock the door. I'm almost at my destination, and the first thing I'm doing when I get there is meeting someone for coffee. However small, I feel like we've achieved something this morning. There was a moment there where I genuinely didn't think that we were gonna find coffee at all, and we did, and I'm so happy about it. And now it's time to go get coffee. All right, we got one last leg to this ride. Let's make it a good one. So here's something super fun. Every now and then on a mountain road, you will get a stoplight for construction. And that's what we had here. A stoplight for construction. The view from the mountain of coming into Beppu is just one of the most beautiful views, and honestly it doesn't matter what angle you approach from. Beppu just looks really good from the mountains, from distance, and we're in Beppu now, by the way. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't even think I mentioned that we were heading to Beppu. That was a really nice trip. Scared the... Oh, all right, yeah, let me...
Hey dude, how's it going?
Not too bad. How about you?
Drive? Yeah, I'm good.
It was a good drive. It was a good drive. Yeah, so Dogan, this is really bright too. Dogan and I have been working on a project together in the background for what, 6 months now?
More than that. I think
least
it's
6
been
months.
closer to a year.
I'm very excited about today's shoot. Looking forward to getting this finally completed.
Yeah, so basically to make a long story short, what this project is about